Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Friday. All right, guys. Well, we have a lot going on today. It's gonna be a fun day. We have our Hot Messy Topics Live with Kendrick Tucker from I Cannot, which I said all over Up and Adam Channel 1. But since we're back on Up and Adam Channel 2, don't let me forget to remind you, if you're not subscribed, definitely go ahead and get subscribed. If you have not smashed the like button, do all of that. And then we also brought back our members only lives. People have been asking for a long time. We were trying to figure out the best way to do this, but what better way than for Jason and I to mix the Real Housewives of London that's on Hey You, which is absolutely going to be a banger of a show. So good. And then our personal stories and what's going on with us, which we never share on here. So if you're not a member, become a member. Now, with that, we have some Miami to get into, so let's go. All right, guys, so Real Housewives of Miami. It's funny because they're in Sevilla, Spain, right? And I like how they were talking about, well, Americans say Seville, but watching the show, there's so many positives that I can take away from it as far as seeing the dynamics, the conflict resolution with like Stephanie, who's our newbie, and Alexia. I'm living for it. And then Adriana Demora's, her history lessons are everything. I didn't know the rumor about, well, this is why Spain, like Spaniards, they're Spanish. There's a little bit of like a lisp with it, and this is why they speak this way. This is the history behind these buildings and these artifacts. Like the woman is a wealth of knowledge and information. It actually, I feel like I'm getting educated while watching one of my favorite shows. So next time somebody says to me, "Why do you watch that trash TV?" I'm gonna be like, little do you know, you want to hear a fun fact? Now you give me one about Sevilla. So thank you, Adriana Demora. But now, clearly, if everything was like just all peaches and cream and so much fun and happy, we probably wouldn't have a housewife show. Lo and behold, in case you didn't watch it, that's not what happened. We have this whole episode going off without a hitch, but there's an issue. Lisa Hochstein is now note-taking, and she's explaining the reason I'm note-taking is because I want to make sure that I have my ducks in a row. My divorce attorney has told me, throughout anything that I'm doing now, you need to take notes. That way, and you can defend yourself. Okay, sure. In a divorce, yeah. It's like if you're sitting there and you're trying to write off your car on taxes and the mileage, and you're sitting there and you're documenting all of the miles that you're putting on your car for your business, I get that. You document it. But when you're around your friends, which technically are your cast members and fellow coworkers, that's a little bit different. If I was around somebody, and I actually like Lisa, like not actually, but like I like Lisa. I like Lisa Hochstein. I don't like the timeliness of her. I don't like the fact that she's late to everything. I don't like the fact that she's almost unapologetic because there's so much going on, as if it seems like there's nothing going on for the other women. All of those things, I can see why the women are getting annoyed about it. However, you still can't just sit there and document what they're saying. What do you think the cameras are for? If they lie about something, or if they take it to the reunion and they say, "Oh, well, Larsa, you said this." If Lisa says this, "Larsa, you said this to me." No, I didn't. Bravo has all of the footage. They will happily check her, make her look like a liar, and then give us the evidence and show, nope, this is exactly what Larsa said. So there's no note taking needed. And I agreed with Marisol Patton and Julia Limagova and the rest of the women, when they were like, you need to put your phone away because now you're making us feel uncomfortable, I would feel uncomfortable too. It's like somebody sitting there recording you without your permission. It's not a good feeling. Nobody wants to feel like that. So, okay, moving on, moving on. Now, in Sevilla, Lisa, clearly we can see that she was dealing with her ongoing divorce drama. She broke down what she was dealing with to the rest of the cast and gave sort of like a little bit of like a half-ass apology. And she was trying to find an online notary, but Gertie sat there and joined her side by side while she dealt with this online notary to get things done. But for Larsa, she was like, wait, that's not how this works. I've done legal things before. Your attorney does not just call you and say, you need to sign this right now. It needs to be signed right now today. And also when you say that you're so inundated, right? Like I'm so inundated with legal and there's so many people who are on my ass right now. I needed to make sure like that's why I was late to Spain. And she goes, "Oh, well you were in St. Bart's at a $100,000 villa." No, it's not relatable, which makes you great as a housewife because we don't want relatable housewives unless you want to go to the OC housewives and then we can watch Gina Kirschenheiter. She's pretty relatable. Otherwise, no, it's okay. But I agree with Larsa. You know, I had to go to St. Bart's for my $100,000 commitment to meet up with my attorneys to deal with everything that you don't understand what I'm dealing with. Most people are struggling to even pay their attorneys, let alone taking a $100,000 vacation to pay their attorneys, treat them, and do everything that you're doing. But okay, okay. So the rest of the group, they were debating whether it's even still possible to feel sympathy for Lisa at all. And Adriana was like, I do. She was upset. She said, I have been in this situation. I know what a pile-on looks like. I have been in Lisa's shoes. No, this is mean. And Larsa was like, take your ass and go and walk away because I'm not doing that with you. Go walk away. I don't care. I don't have any sympathy for you. But for Lisa Hochstein, I will say this. She did actually end up unfollowing Marcus Jordan. However, Larsa is not convinced. She does not care. And she kind of feels like the only reason that you unfollowed Marcus Jordan was to appeal to the rest of the cast. It wasn't for me. You didn't do it out of a friend thing, or else you would have done it a long time ago. So now at this point, this is just semantics. So for Lisa, she's probably like, oh, well, there's nothing I can do right at this point. However, if you really meant to do, like, if that was something that you knew was important to your friend and you gave a shit about it, you would have done it a long time ago without everybody pressuring you. But then I think Adriana made a good point too. She would have done it if Larsa just was not telling her what to do. And that was her problem. Now, the whole dinner, this is where things got a little weird. Adriana told Kiki, she's like, you're being ratchet. The worst choice of words she could have used. Kiki read her for filth. She said, Ratchet, you are an old woman. You are too old for this. And she's like, oh, this is ageism. It's ageism. And this is why I love Bravo, because the shady editing is everything. That's why I said Lisa Hochstein doesn't need to take notes. The shady editing, her screaming at Marisol Patton on the boat, being like, "Ya old whore, your bony knees, get some liposuction on your knees, you old whore." It's like, no, that's also that's aggressive and ageism. So that's now making you a hypocrite in this moment. And Kiki was not letting this go. So Adriana ended up storming off. And Stephanie Chauget, she ended up storming off. And she's like, I can't do this. I can't do this. And Adriana's like, I'm leaving too. She's like, you're not going with me. I didn't invite your ass. No, that is not what this is. You are not leaving with me. I did not invite you. So then she goes to her own car. They all end up leaving and storming off. And we have the whole plane meltdown situation, which if you saw the preview for next week's episode, it seemed like the plane, we're going to get into it. It looks like everybody made it, but we'll get into it. Guys, pop off. I want to hear all of your opinions. Smash the like button, show some love. And don't forget to check out our lives today because we got two. We're doing a duo. 2 for 1. You're welcome. Love you guys. Happy Friday.